Welcome back to Esoteric Ramblings. I'm Jesse Arnold. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new movie from Marvel and 20th Century Studios, New Mutants. New Mutants. This poor movie has had such a hard time making it to the screen, and it's finally out. I'm sure everybody involved in the creation of this movie is really happy and pleased to have this movie out there. And I'm gonna say it. They should be proud of what they made. I'm not saying it's the best movie I've ever seen or even the best superhero movie I've ever seen, but they did something different, which in the X-Men franchise with Fox was not something they really gave those movies a chance to do, except with Logan and Deadpool. They pretty much had their formulas and they stuck with it. This I really liked. I'll get into a little deeper here, but first just want to give some credit to credits due. Director Josh Boone and written by Josh Boone and Nate Lee. Starring a stellar cast of young actors and actresses. You've got Blue Hunt as Danielle Moonstar, the central figure of the film. Maisie Williams is Rain Sinclair. Anna Taylor-Joy plays Ilyana Rasputin. Charlie Heaton as Sam Guthrie, and Henry Zaga as Roberto da Costa, and Alice Braga as Dr. Reyes. So, great cast, and there's some others in there as well, but that's pretty much the main cast you stick with. And elevator pitch, I would say this movie is mutant teenager breakfast club in an insane asylum with a haunted house twist. So there's the brief elevator pitch. And being that it was PG-13, it definitely did not feel as scary as it could have been. It felt like a lot of things, this is my harsh part of my criticisms here, it felt like a lot of the punches got pulled in this movie. I don't know if that was because it took so long and they wanted to tweak things. Definitely some really creepy stuff, but it just felt like fairly predictable. And I will say, as a comic fan, I am not a huge follower of the original New Mutants run. I've seen a lot of these characters in different storylines over the decades, but I never, at least to this point, have not read the original run, nor the Demon Bear story that this is very influenced by. That said, again, I think it was great acting. The story was good and interesting in that it was something different for the Marvel Fox X-Men world. They really went for that kind of haunted house horror vibe, and I really enjoyed that. They made their own unique mark on this, the end of this era of X-Men and the mutants at Fox. So congratulations and, bravo to all the cast crew involved in this movie. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it as the first movie I got to go back to in the post-COVID world, or still COVID world. It was fun. Again, special effects especially, I thought they really did Sunspot and Magic's special effects for their powers really well. Rain, Wolfsbane, her transformation was actually really good. I liked I don't want to be spoilery here as to telling you why, but if you know anything about Rain, you get to see a full, complete 100% transformation and partial transformations. Most of the time she just looks normal human, but you see the different stages of her transformation, and sometimes the partial transformation sticks around longer than others, so that was really cool. There were a couple of Easter eggs and references to things that, if you are in the know with comics, you'll pick up on that. Yeah, I'll leave that at that. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to say too much there. But yeah, if you get a chance to go out and you're comfortable going to your local theater, I would definitely recommend seeing New Mutants if you like the horror and I was going to say mutant genre, but a superhero mix-up. It was pretty fun. I don't want to sound too critical, because I did enjoy the movie, but it just I I don't know how to say it. It was missing something. It was good. I followed through. I liked it. Had a good beginning, middle, and end. Some of it felt a little cliche in some places. But again, I think they did a really good job. And with as much as this movie has gone through to get out, I think it's definitely worth seeing. If you like these kinds of movies, if you like the mutants, it's really great to see a lot of these characters who have no mainstream attention for non-comic fans. Most people don't know who these characters are. So I think it was a lot of fun. I think they all really did a lot to capture the essence of these characters, which is a thing I missed out of a lot of the other X-Men characters over the years. They hit a lot of the personalities, I think, really well. Illyana, I think Anna Taylor-Joy did a great job. Her physical appearance as the character and the accent and the special effects and her powers and everything were really good. And it might be my lack of knowledge of her character at the time period. She felt really snarky and really mean in some ways. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It just doesn't jive with who I read her character as now, and that's on me, not on the movie. But I really liked her as that character. If Marvel was to roll these characters over into, or these actors and these characters into the MCU, I would be perfectly fine with that. I think they all did a great job with these roles. And just like the Deadpool movies, I'd be fine if those versions of the characters migrated into the MCU going forward. But that's it. So anyway, that's my ramble on New Mutants. If you get a chance, go out and see it. Make sure you check out what your local theaters' rules and everything are for the COVID and social distancing. I know at the AMC here in Camp Hill that I go to, the only real difference it felt was, you're wearing your mask. You wear your mask your whole time. They tell you to keep it on unless you're eating your snack or taking your drink. So like everything else, it's just a little weird. But otherwise, it felt like going to the movies as normal. And I'll do another video about if I think that's worth it or not going forward. But yeah, that's it. New Mutants from 20th Century Studios in association with Marvel. Go out and check that out if you are a fan of the superhero movies. And I'll be doing another review of Bill and Ted Face the Music coming up right after this.